now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio live right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Dini. We have a very special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that it begins with you. People respond to positive treatment in a positive way, and they respond to negative treatment in a negative way. So how are people responding to you? Those whom you treat with respect will naturally come to respect you, and those you treat with scorn and disdain will probably not be very cooperative. If you wish to be understood, then sincerely seek to understand, and if you wish to be loved by others, then give your love to them. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, it's not the mirror that must change, it is you. In very much the same way, the world you experience on the outside is a reflection of who you are on the inside. If that world is ever to move forward, it must begin with you. My name is Coach Dini, and change is possible. Are you ready? Yes, I am.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, let's go.
All right. Again, and welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio live right here on iHeartRadio, and I am your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, spirituality, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she moved hearts and shook the stage with soul-stirring performances on HBO Max's Second Chance stage, but Shelby Floyd's story started way before the spotlight. A Kansas native with Broadway dreams, she faced rejection, rediscovered her purpose, and rose above societal pressures to stand in her truth. From local gigs to Grammy-level production rooms, she's now releasing music that speaks directly to the heart. With Sad Girl Spring on the horizon, we welcome a force of voice and a force of vision. And with that, let's say, welcome, friend, to Shelby Floyd. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for that intro.
Hey, you're welcome. How are you?
I am honestly so nervous, but I'm excited that the talking has begun. Hopefully some of that will leave me.
Oh man, you're going to be incredible. Okay. You are a phenomenal artist, so yeah, this is going to be an awesome conversation. So before we before we just kick things off, what's been on your heart and mind lately?
Well, I'm writing a lot right now, so I've got so many things on my mind from, kind of what's been going on post Second Chance stage to, little Shelby and kind of the through line and the ways that I've grown up till now and how I want to share that with everybody.
Indeed. How soon are we going to get these new songs?
I'm still working it out. I'm learning a lot. So I'm learning all about releasing things, and I've got my single Sad Girl Spring out now. I've got some more music coming soon. I'm working up to an EP and continuing to work with Brian Kennedy, and I'm super excited. I'm going out at the top of next month to go record more.
Absolutely. Since a young age, so young, you wanted to be a singer.
Yes.
What was the first moment where you felt that calling and knew this path was yours?
I've always been so drawn to music, and my mom really likes movie musicals, so I grew up watching Annie and Sound of Music like every day and loving to sing. And I remember my sister was getting ready for a choir concert, and I was sitting up on the sink watching her get ready with her friend, and they were going to sing the Hallelujah chorus, and I imitated like an opera singer to sing that. And my sister's friend's mouth just dropped, and she was like, "Do that again." And I don't think I've ever stopped wanting that feeling again.
Yeah. What was your first musical?
My first musical that I did, I'm gonna say Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I think that was the first one in the children's chorus. There's a children's chorus in that. So that was the first time I did something kind of outside of just music class in school. Went out to theater in the park and auditioned, and that got bit by the bug.
Yeah. Did you ever have a lead?
Not till a while later. I probably did it for 9 summers in a row growing up from maybe the age of 11 to 18. Mm-hmm. And I would say when I was 17, that's when I finally got a leading role. And that was major. I wanted that for a long time. That was really exciting.
Yeah. Describe the feeling, the magic. What were you feeling in this moment?
Oh, outside, especially when you're doing theater, when it's nighttime, and the only lights are the spotlights on you. So just that feeling of hearing the audience laugh when you want something to be funny, or be really quiet when you're being serious, and not really seeing anything but the light shining back at you. That was magical to me.
Yes, indeed. So, all right, 18-year-old Shelby, what was the music path at this point? Were you still performing?
Yeah, so at 18, I was super into musical theater. That was my main focus, and I was getting ready to audition for school, because when you go to school for musical theater, you go audition for school. And I had a lot of dreams of going to New York City and just getting out of my hometown area and going somewhere exciting and learning, and hopefully by the end of the 4 years doing a showcase and getting an agent. That was my dream.
And did it happen that way?
It did not at all. So I was never a very good student, and I thought that would change when it was about something that I really loved, but I just kind of was told over and over again that I wasn't progressing, and we didn't really get to sing our whole first year. It was very acting focused and kind of an academic approach to acting, and it was really hard for me, and I couldn't really keep up with my peers. And by the end of my freshman year, I got sat down by the head of the department, and they told me, we think that you maybe don't belong here, and that it would be painful for you to want to be somewhere where maybe you just don't fit. And that was just soul crushing to me and embarrassing. And I went back home and I moved back in with my parents, and I was just so depressed going through it. And I just started up community college and was really just trudging through life at that point.
Yeah, but as a talented artist, as talented as you were, how does an artist like you, how do you carry that weight? What do you do with that? Oh,
I felt so guilty about it for so long, for not buckling down and like making that experience work for me. And it took a really long time to forgive myself and say, you don't have to go about this in one single way. It sat really heavy with me for a long time, and the more that I kind of realized that it was up to me to kind of just audition and get out there and get the experience, and that I didn't have to do that in the way that I thought I did, that feeling kind of lightened a little bit and a little bit more until I met my husband doing theater, and he kind of helped me with that weight and burden and being like, you don't have to feel that way.
Incredible. Yeah, let's talk Jeff, your husband.
Yes.
Your secret casting agent, your cheerleader. What did his belief in you unlock that maybe you didn't even realize was missing?
Well, he sees everything that I go through. You know, he sees the almost. And like a lot of people don't see those moments. And so he knows how much that it's broken my heart over the years. And I think he just kind of saw this ad that said, did you give up your dream for one reason or another? And he's like, I mean, I guess I might as well try. And I just won't tell her that I'm submitting her, because maybe they just won't call and then she'll never know. And if they do, then it'll be exciting. So yeah, it's amazing that he put me forward, because it's ended up healing a lot of that stuff that I was just talking about with you.
Indeed, yeah. And this is a lot of like personal stuff. Do you ever bleed these emotions into your music?
Oh, I can't help but do that. You know, I am such an emotional person. That has been me from day one. And that can be really overwhelming, and it's a little less overwhelming when it's through music. I'm just always been a sucker for music that makes me feel something, and I was that kid in the car looking out the window pretending to be in my music video, just you know, acting to myself, to my reflection.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to jump. We have Sad Girl, and then we'll be right back with more Shelby Floyd. Stay tuned.
From the pain, and then it's sad girl spring again. I feel all of the feelings, and when it gets shaded, I shine like diamonds, April, baby. It's sad girl spring again. Winter comes to an end, and then it's sad girl spring again. I feel all of the feelings, and when it gets shaded, I shine like diamonds, April, baby. It's sad girl spring again. I'm feeling all of it. I
right, welcome back again. That was Sad Girl Spring by Shelby Floyd. Such an incredible record. That is soundtrack music all day, every day. All right, let's go ahead and invite her back. Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, Sad Girl Spring feels deeply personal. What do you want people to feel when they listen to it?
You know, I want somebody to feel understood. I think that's the main thing that music made me feel when I was a young girl, listening to CDs in my room. And when I knew I had the opportunity to get in the studio with my original stuff for the first time, I wanted to write something that was really personal to me and made me feel seen. And I was thinking about all my big emotions and kind of where that comes from. And as a person born in the month of April, it usually rains a lot. And so I had a lot of birthday parties that were rained out. And I was like, no wonder I'm so emotional. All my birthday parties, like, it rained out. And kind of like the tears that I've shed and that being like a raindrop, and then how that ends up bringing the flowers through, and how that's a metaphor in my life right now, and how I can look at that little pouty girl and kind of like smile and give her a hug through this song. So I feel like if somebody feels like that person whose emotions are a little big and scary sometimes, like, I feel maybe they'll be seen through the song.
Indeed. You're making music that touch people. Do you think vulnerability is your superpower? And if so, does it come with a cost too?
Well, I'll address the later part. It does. I mean, it takes a physical toll on my body. How I put myself out there like this, and I mean, I've been nervous all day because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but you know, I did this show, and I think every time I talked to them, I cried, and just like getting it out, getting it off of my chest, and yeah, that can be a lot, but I do kind of see it as a superpower now because I can relate to people, and I can feel, you know, when somebody's having a hard time. Like I pick up on that easily, and I relate to that, and I think one of the most powerful things is not feeling alone with that.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And you said that you've always felt like this is what you were meant to do. That's a pretty strong conviction. How do you protect that?
Oh, it's hard when the business of getting your voice out there is mainly rejection. But I've always known that this is the thing I love the most, like the way that I connect when I'm singing, and the way that I can feel some of these emotions with me, like that is it is a strength of mine, and I need to be a little easier on myself and still be kinder to myself about that.
Yeah. Looking back at your younger self, maybe the Shelby just kicked out of school, what would you say to her today?
I would say that the thing that you believe about yourself, nobody's in control of that but you. Don't let anybody take that from you. There's not one path, there's not one way to success, and if you make yourself proud, that's what matters. So go out and do the stuff that makes you proud.
I love it. Beyond the mic, what's something people would be surprised to learn about you, the human, not just the artist?
The human, oh my gosh. We've talked about some of the stuff I would say. I'm like, I was on a reality show. I got kicked out of college. Something you might not know about me. Well, I am obsessed with reality shows, and I have been since I was really young, because I was an adolescent person when Flavor of Love came out. And all those VH1 shows and like the rise of the reality star just became like this beacon to me. Like, I'm from the middle of Kansas. Who's ever going to hear my voice? And like to see these people from nowhere come on and have this instant thing was just a fantasy. And so I've watched so many singing reality shows. I go outside of the country. I'm finding it. I'm finding it online. I'm watching it. I'm crying about it. I'm saving the songs. So now I can finally say I have videos out there of me doing that, which has been just like crazy in the dream for so long.
Yeah. So what is the secret to landing on a reality show? Do you have to be a character? Because look, Shelby, I tried to get on like Judge Hatchett or Divorce Court or something to that sort, and they're listening to my story and it's like, you can stop there. I'm like, what's wrong? You're boring. You know. I was like, oh, what? I said, no, I thought this was like a job interview. I'm all professional. That's like, no, we're looking for the zanies, the characters, the crazies. I was like, oh, I could be crazy. Wait. And I was like, nope, too late. So what is the secret, Shelby?
Well, I too have had a lot of in those situations where I go in those early rooms and they're like, we love you. But by the end, it's like, well, you don't have a story. I'm like, I mean, I'm a person and I do have a story. Like, just being myself, I have a story of getting through my life. It might not be something like super, super dramatic, but that it didn't work out so many times. And like, I think the very fact that it didn't work out so many times and for so long was the thing that made it work in the end. That was the exact premise of the show, was like, have you given up on this? And I think also Jeff submitting me, like, that became a story right off the bat. Like, I think people want to believe that somebody can believe in you that much. And I think that added to it as well. And then on top of it, it was here in Kansas City after everything, which I didn't know the entire time that I was talking to people. It just kind of finally, all the stars aligned. So you just got to keep banging on the door and trying to be yourself, even though it might make you feel really nervous like it does for me.
Yeah. So what is next for Shelby Floyd? What does your dream vision look like over the next year or two?
I want to get out a lot more music. I want people like really hearing my lyrics and feeling represented. I just want to get my voice out there to as many people as I can. Right now, that's my original stuff, but I'd love to go to New York and get in rooms and, you know, just put my hat in the ring. Why not? Like, there's no time but the present.
Absolutely. I forgot to mention, Shelby, that we have a segment in our show called The Hot Seat, and that's where we invite our guests to perform for us. If they want to, they can sing, rap, spoken word, tell a story, tell a joke, give some advice, play an instrument, or do nothing at all. Would you like to participate?
Sure.
All right, ready when you are.
Okay. Winter comes to an end, and then it's time to spring again. I feel all of the feelings, and when it gets shady, I shine like diamonds. April, baby, it's time to spring again. Oh, hey.
Wow. Incredible, Shelby.
Thank you.
All right, where can our listeners connect with you on the internet and check out more music and get updates?
You can definitely find me on Instagram. It's Shelby Floyd Music. It's like Shelby like the car and Floyd like Pink Floyd and music like music. You know music. So you can find me on Instagram. You can look for me on YouTube. My first experience doing a music video, so I have a whole music video for Sad Girl Spring, and it's a vibe, so definitely go watch that. And you can listen to my song on Spotify and anywhere me and my husband could figure out where to get it.
All right. No worries, listeners. I will have those links in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click those links. Today, we witness the power in the most vulnerable form. Shelby Floyd share the real behind the real. See what I did there? From career-shaking setbacks to show-stopping redemption, we talked about the journey, the people who believed in her, the Jeff, and the message behind Sad Girl Spring. Shelby, thank you so much for pouring your soul into this conversation. Your story and your sound are testaments to what happens when talent meets tenacity. And to our listeners, stream Shelby's music on all platforms, follow her journey, and keep your ears open because she's just getting started. Don't forget to subscribe to Vigilantes Radio, drop a rating, and support us at buymeacoffee.com/Vigilantes Radio. Oh, and one last thing. Be sure to share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe it's their second chance as well, and they just need a little encouragement from Shelby Floyd. Thank you so much, Shelby.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. So good to talk to you.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.
Peace to all. My name is Deanie, and I am the host of Vigilantes Radio Live. I think that we are beyond just asking cool questions and getting cool responses. I think that we are here as creatives to provide an example that you can do things different outside of expectations, because some of us simply were not born into the club, but there is perhaps a door, window, or back gate that we can leave a clue for you to get into. Life is short, but there are plenty of moments to try and get it right. Pursuing your dreams and learning from mistakes may be tough, but regret is tough. To book your interview, email us at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That's a V as in victorious. Or visit onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm counting on you. Heaven, we all are counting on you to step into your purpose and your passion. You are listening to Vigilantes Radio Live on iHeartRadio, providing you with an opportunity to dive deeper.
Winter comes to an end,
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com.